Happy New Year, Wolfpack. I am back. Welcome to another episode of the Wolfpack Podcast. Joining me once again in studio is Mr. Glenn LaValle, a.k.a. DJ Storm Thunder, and we have a very special guest with us today. I will be interviewing him, talking about up-and-coming music, and he is also an up-and-coming rapper. Please welcome Mr. Greg. Greg, thank you for being on this podcast, sir.
Thank you, Nick.
So just tell me about yourself, tell me about your stage name, and what kind of music do you do?
Well, Nick, thank you for asking me.
Of course.
It's great to be on this podcast finally and get a chance to talk to the one and only Nick. What's the name of the podcast anyway?
The Wolfpack Podcast.
Oh, okay. Am I part of the pack?
You are part of the pack. Yes, you are.
All right, cool. I was just wondering, I didn't know. But anyway, getting to the music real quick, I'll give you a short synopsis because it could be a whole novel. But I don't know how much time we have because we're probably going to go out later. But I took it seriously after 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I had my best friend passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when I started realizing I kind of want to do something impactful. And then 2021, my other friend passed away.
Oh, wow.
So then, I was just that just kind of awakened my eye, opened up my eyes to how brief life can be and just how I don't know, it's just kind of wow, I really wasn't taking this stuff seriously kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
That was just kind of it just woke me up. I'm I wasn't really taking this. So I started taking it more seriously. So 2020, I released my first project. Didn't really know what I was doing. Did a bunch of open mic showcases, blah, blah, blah. And then I just continued. 2021, I dropped another project. And then 2022, I dropped another. Well, no, actually, I didn't drop a project because I was trying to do No, wait, hold on.
That's okay.
Rewind a bit.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay, no worries.
Yeah, because 2021, I dropped my first project, 2045. And then 2022, I dropped TBTF, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because and then 2023, I didn't drop anything because of I was about to give up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was what the... Can I swear on this?
You can swear.
Okay. I was what the fuck am I doing?
Yep.
So I got to the point where I was okay, I don't know if I want to continue this. And then I met, some people that inspired me. And then 2024, I was hey, I'm going to try this again, but with a different approach. And I learned a lot. And here we are at the beginning of 2025. Let's see where we can go from here.
That's incredible. Now, what is your genre of music per se?
Well, you see, I have a very versatile. It's like a buffet.
Okay.
But I started as a rapper,
Mm-hmm.
and I've evolved into something more.
Okay. I'm something more. All right.
Yeah, something more.
That's great.
It's like a Pokemon. It's you ever see a Geodude?
I have seen, yes.
That was me when I was I was first starting off. I was and then now I'm a golem. I'm pretty solid.
Well, there you go. Hey, that's great.
I'm pretty solid. I'm grounded.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, how'd you hook up with Glenn?
Oh, whoa. We didn't hook.
I know. I know it. I know what you meant.
I know. But no. So Edward actually told me they were doing a movie or whatever, and I was yeah, sure, I'll help out behind the scenes. They asked me to help out behind the scenes because I just got a new camera, and I was trying to use it more.
Yeah.
So Ed was yeah, come through. Michelle, or whatever, is doing a movie, and I'm sure, I'll come through. So they had it, it's funny. I was leaving work, and I was I'm heading there now, guys. Yeah. So I got there. They're all at the restaurant, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was cool, are we shooting this video? And they're oh, we already shot it. I'm wah, wah, wah.
Damn.
But then I was just talking to everybody at the table. There were other actors and stuff. And then Edward told me about Glenn, and I was hey, what's up? And Glenn's hey, we should collaborate. And the rest is history.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Now, you said that you started off like with rap. What kind of like rap music do you do? Like, are you for like Dr. Dre? Are you Eminem? Are you what kind of rap would you say?
Well, Dr. Dre, I actually did a freestyle over that beat recently.
Oh,
I took it down because of all the hate. The
Mhm.
internet is vile, man.
They are viral. They are vile. It's bad.
But anyway, going back to wait, ask you a question again.
What kind of like rap would you say like? Would you say got your inspiration? What is it like, Dr. Dre? Would it be like Eminem, like Snoop Dogg? What do you
I'd say
think?
100% Logic. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
Like I respect all those other artists, but definitely Logic played a huge influence in all
That's
that.
good.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I'm not usually a big rap person myself, but hearing some of your music from what Glenn has played for me, you sound fucking incredible. Like you sound amazing.
Thank you.
So now, like, where do you see yourself in like 2025? Do you see yourself touring the country? Do you see yourself making more music? What do you see?
Well, I laid out a good road thing
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of 2025. I kind of had a plan.
Okay.
I like kind of eliminated all the bullshit that I was doing like previous years.
Yep.
And just try to focus. But yeah, like ideally, like the goal is to go on tour in the fall.
Nice.
I think that's a realistic goal if everything kind of like executed, and to get 1 million streams,
Right.
like total,
Mhm.
across like all the songs I drop.
Yeah.
And then just continue like dropping content.
That's good.
Yeah.
You have a YouTube channel by any chance?
I do have a YouTube channel.
All right. Would you mind dropping the name of your YouTube channel?
Okay, the YouTube channel for everyone listening out there is Milos.
Milos.
So MLLOS, and you can find that on YouTube.
Nice. And then that's your rapper name too, Milos?
Yes.
Hell yeah, that's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. That's incredible. Now, I notice like a lot of people on the internet, they always, even ever since back like in the 80s and the 90s, they always give rap a bad name. They always say that it's associated with violence. Why do you think? Why do you think people say that it's associated with violence?
I think it like originally rap came from like New York,
Mhm.
came from like this inner city
Mhm.
where like a lot of like the stories were about like the struggle and stuff, and sometimes that would lead to like crime and stuff to do what you need to do to get by.
Yep.
And so I guess like that's often perceived as what majority of people think rap's about. But in reality, if you like, it's really uplifting if you listen to like the struggle and what they had to go through. But now they're famous, and they never have to go back to that. So, to answer your question, I guess I don't know. It's like what's a good analogy? I don't know. It's like saying like you never met a dog in your life, right? Right. So then you automatically assume every dog is like vicious.
Is vicious. Yep.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Right. I know what you mean.
But like you've never lived with one or been in close proximity,
Right.
to really understand like the behavioral, like, or what the dog does on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, so
I know what you're saying. Yeah. So it's almost like listening. It's almost like listening to the media because then you automatically assume it's bad.
But like you said, you like metal music. I feel like people have automatically like, oh my god, they say like some crazy like crazy like evil shit and
right.
stuff. You know what I mean? But like
I know what you
like,
mean. Yeah. Yep. But I definitely know.
But
what
like
you
some
mean.
of the nicest people I've met are like metal people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Because it seems like each decade, when it comes to music, everyone's got to find something wrong with the music. Like, for instance, the 1980s was all about rock and roll. Everyone automatically assumed it was all about drinking and weed and sex. And then the 90s was all about violence and with rapping. And then the 2000s, it was people tried to blame certain music for their mental health going to shit. It's like, no, I don't believe that for 1 second. I think there's a lot of music out there, rap included, that helps with mental health. Like, I firmly believe it. I mean, what is your stance on music helping with mental health?
it's interesting because like it's definitely becoming more in the forefront. Like late 2010s till now, I definitely see it more prominent, like artists like Juice World, a lot of artists like Lil Peep, like emergence of Ebo rap and stuff like that have really brought like that to the forefront of, you know, media and be like, oh, it's okay to talk about this. Because early on, like early 2000s probably, it was very frowned upon to be like, I feel like sad and emotional and like this is how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Because back in those days, no one really talked about mental health. No one talked about, you know, wanting to do harm to yourself, or no one wanted to talk about that. But then like more in like the 2000s, it's kind of more prominent and people are talking about it more. And it seems like mental health is more accepting now than it was over 20, 25 years ago. I've noticed that myself because for me, I'll admit I have depression. I've had depression for a while now, ever since I lost my mother. You know, I'm sure you guys probably do. You know, Glenn, you've probably had it since you lost your dad.
Yes. Yeah.
And then Greg, you've probably had it too since you've lost your friends. You know, but we don't like, none of us, you know, like try to let it consume us. Like, because if we let it consume us, we wouldn't be able to do anything in life. None of us would. But like with Glenn doing his thing with his music, photography, and acting, with me doing my stuff, and then Greg, you're doing your music, I think that really helps with our mental health. It really boosts our confidence. And to anybody, if you guys had to say like anything out there to anybody to try to boost their confidence, what would you say?
Well, I would say never lose hope and just continue going. And yes, it can be tough, but you are a stronger human. So nothing, nothing is weaker. So you are stronger, just like a lion, a tiger, a wolf, any kind of crazy animal.
How about you, Greg? What do you say to that?
I would definitely say, you know, reach out.
Reach out?
Yeah, reach out for, you know, and just have a reason to keep, like, have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that's the antidote to a lot of, like mental health is, like, having a purpose in life.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that be religion, whether that be, like, you have music, like, Glenn, you have a podcast, you have something that you could work towards the end of the year that doesn't allow you to go back into that dark space. You know what I mean?
Yep, I know.
It's like I get to wake up, I get to make music, but if you don't have that, then you start to let those thoughts come back into your head and stuff. So yeah,
right. So I've noticed I follow you on a couple of your pages on social media that you and Glenn would go shoot content in like random places across the state. Where is there a place that you have not shot content yet that you've always wanted to go shooting at?
I said New York City. I think
New York City.
Yeah. Like I mean, I've been to New York City, but like I think it would be so dope to shoot content in like a subway.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just like rap in the middle of the subway.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about rapping in front of inside the big train station across from Madison Square Garden, the Amtrak station?
Yeah.
That place
like right where they walk
where
out.
people walk in. Like imagine rapping there. Like you would totally. I could just see it. You guys just go in there. All of a sudden you start rapping, and then people just stop and they just watch.
Right.
Is that like the type of recognition that you want, or do you like, or would you rather have people like listening on the streaming platforms or seeing you like live on stage? How do you want people to see you?
For now, I'm just kind of having fun. Like this content thing was just kind of like me and Glenn like let's just go shoot some content. See like the like 10-month celibate one. That was that was just me being funny and like
that was awesome.
it did really well, and like that's kind of like I'm just seeing where this goes. Like if it. You know, if we go out to New York and we're just shooting content, having fun, and people stop, cool. And, like, if it leads to something where, like, we're doing shows, cool. But, like, I feel like I don't want it to, like, take away from why I'm doing it. Because if I'm just doing it to be like, I want everybody to look at me, but if I'm not having fun being myself, making the content, it's going to, it's like, I just want to be myself because,
So you want to basically do your own thing and not let people control what you do.
Yes.
Okay, well that's great. I mean, like I said, you do what you want. Like it's your music, your content. You do whatever. Don't let no one control that. But now, I had a couple of spots in mind that I think you guys could shoot content. And one of them was the Crystal Mall in Waterford, the Dead Mall. Go to a certain section of the Dead Mall and just start rapping. You know,
that'd be dope.
Get the whole place going. You know, maybe bring in some livelihood or something. And the next place you could do it is I would say this, but this is going to sound bad. Maybe in the middle of a cemetery.
Oh my god. That's a good idea.
You could do a cemetery. It don't matter what cemetery, they'll just do it somewhere. I would love to hear that and see that for myself.
That would be cool.
But New York City, I think that would be a good place to do it this year. Maybe the three of us could take a trip to New York City.
Absolutely.
I would love that. Take the Amtrak from New London or Old Saybrook and just drive on and just take the train on down. Where I think he should rap, Glenn, is in that big mall in New Jersey, the American Dream.
Yeah, that one's even better, yeah.
Let's do it.
The American Dream Mall has a couple million visitors per year.
Wow.
And this place is like no joke. It makes the Connecticut malls look weak. Like
Really?
it's the mall in Jersey is not sad. The mall in Jersey is fucking huge. Sits on 3 million acres of land, mind you, 3 million acres.
Okay.
It's got almost 1,000 stores,
Oh.
indoor water park,
Oh.
indoor theme park,
Oh.
Ferris wheel that you could see all of Lower Manhattan,
Oh.
2 mini golf courses, and a skydiving simulator. Oh, wait! Can't forget the ski resort.
Yeah, it's a ski.
They make homemade snow.
And a good restaurant, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Shout out Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, you can go to hell.
Wow.
We won't talk about that right now. We'll save that for another episode. But yeah, so if you had to send a message to any up and coming people out there that want to like shoot music and do their own thing, what would you say to them?
Take advice from people who are actually doing it.
There you go.
Yeah, that will save you a lot of headaches.
There you go. Now, what's the best requirement for shooting content? Is like a good phone? Do you want a camera? Like what's the best? What's the best?
You know,
device?
I really don't know anymore because like me and Glenn have done both,
Mhm.
and it's just like I don't really overthink it. I'm like, hey, one day we'll shoot it with the camera, one day we'll shoot it the phone.
Yep.
I used to think it was like let's get some high production like
Mhm.
quality, but then we had like a couple reels do like one reel do $1 million, and then another do like almost like 500,000. So it's like it's just like it doesn't really. I'm so confused.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like I'm just gonna do whatever and just like because that's when the overthinking comes in. You're like, oh, I got to get the right camera. I got to get the. And me and Glenn, we just kind of like mess around with the like camera movement. That's it.
Well, there you go. I
Yeah.
mean, that's great. That's phenomenal. Now, have you like thought about performing at like the Wolf Den at Mohegan or maybe Atrium at Foxwoods? Those little mini stages. You ever thought about performing there?
You know, it's funny, Nick, that you bring that up
Oh,
because I recently emailed them.
really? You emailed them,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah.
That I would. Okay, listen. If you go to the Wolf Den, I'm there.
Okay. Good.
I am there. Oh, that would be, dude. That would be sick, brother.
Yeah.
Seeing our boy there.
Yeah. Well, he's not the only one that's on stage.
Well, that's true. I mean, you're the other one too. So I mean, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But if he's the headliner, you're the opener.
Yeah.
You're the opener. DJ Storm Thunder with Milo's. I mean, look at that. I can see it in the sky right now. DJ Storm Thunder X Milo's 2025, the ultimate tour.
yes.
That would be really cool. That would be really, really, really cool. I'd pay to see that shit.
I would too. I just like buy all the tickets.
Oh, there you go. Buy all the tickets and hand
Yo,
them out to
Nick,
people that you
Nick,
really
I know
want to
that
see.
people can't see this,
Oh.
but check this out, yo.
What the hell is that you're wearing?
It's right here. I found it at like the Goodwill.
Oh,
It's like an infinity scarf. Because I need to upgrade the drip.
okay. Dude, that looks fucking sick, man.
It has a little character to it, right?
It does. Yeah,
Yeah.
it really does. That does look nice.
So for the audience that can't see, I got this like infinity scarf. Look it up. Go Google it. It's quite comfy.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot here, Greg. I hope
Okay.
you don't mind this. Can you maybe give us some lyrics? Maybe give us some music?
Oh, like what? Like off the top?
Whatever you come up with, man. Whatever
Okay.
comes off.
Yeah, right through the rhymes of my cognitive Nowadays, I'm concocting this right in the middle of Glenn's room with his friend over here. We causing monsoons. It's about to get wet, huh? There's no telling what I'm about to do. 2025, we reflect on the 2024s, but we perfect these rhymes, and now we sitting on the floor as we going back and forth with Nick on the boards, because he's trying to interview me like he's a cyborg, because he's all up in my mind doing this and in my head of my time like a Renaissance man. We ain't going back, we never going behind. And nowadays, look at this girl, look at her behind. Oh yeah, I said a celibate. She said, tell me that shit again. I'm getting in her head like a headache. All right.
Dude!
That was something light.
That was crazy, man.
There was no beat either.
That was, wow, bro. That was insane.
Thank you, Nick.
That was good shit.
Thank you.
You did it. That'll definitely sell. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That.
Shout out to all the celibate people out there.
Can you please explain to some of the viewers out there what that means?
It's actually crazy. Like a large number of people don't know what that means. And here's the thing. It's got a bad rep.
Okay.
But I'm doing it solely because, it's more of a spiritual thing. I told that to the females the other day because I wanted to prove to the audience that I do, in fact, like to talk to females.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
I don't know. I'm just trying to keep this.
I know.
I know. Part of the. But.
Oh, nothing like when you said it to those two guys in the elevator that night at Mohegan. Oh God, you had everybody in the elevator laugh at me, my sister, her partner, our buddy Liam. Oh Jesus.
Wait, I said that in the elevator.
Those two guys at Mohegan, we were going to Game On, and you said to those guys, I have to make an announcement. I am 10 months.
Oh yeah.
Bro, you had the girls and Liam laughing their asses off. And I'm like, what the fuck did he say? It's like, oh, he did say that. God damn it.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
I'm like Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool. Now hold on.
Okay,
Now, speaking of characters, it just
Yeah.
made me think of this, and I forgot to bring this up. What's this, you're Bruce Wayne? Explain that.
Thank you, Nick. So it kind of started as a joke.
Okay.
I literally woke up one day. I'm like, hey, I'm going to transform into Bruce Wayne in 365 days. And I started posting clips of me in the car. And I was just like, hey, what would Bruce Wayne do, right?
Oh, gosh. Yes.
And just I am kind of a Batman nerd. So, a lot of the things, he does is really, inspiring. And, he focuses on tech. He focuses on skill acquisition.
Yep.
And so, I try to apply that to, music and try to make it interesting for people that like Batman, but also, put it through a lens of making music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that is freaking incredible. I'm a Batman nerd, too. I voted for him in the Batman versus Superman movie, so I'm a Batman guy.
Yeah, bro, his greatest superpower is willpower.
Yes, that is correct. You are correct about that.
I can't name one superhero that they have the powers that they could fall back on. If they're getting their ass kicked and they're like, I'm tired. Oh no, I can just shoot a laser beam out of my hand.
Yep.
Batman can get knocked down, right? He's got no superpower to back up.
Right.
The only thing he's got is his will to be like, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna continue fighting this guy with my hands and feet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Versus Superman, he can get knocked down and be like, oh, I'm defeated.
Yeah, exactly.
And then all of a sudden,
there you go.
You know?
Exactly. No, you're right. You're right. Now, another thing is, actually, before we continue this podcast, I want to let you guys know at the time of this recording, I just found out online that Britt Allcroft, who you all know, is the creator for the TV show Thomas the Tank Engine, sadly passed away earlier this morning at 81 years old. So rest in peace, Miss Allcroft. Thank you for all the years thank you for making my childhood with Thomas the Tank Engine. I really appreciate that. So R.I.P. Anyway, so back to the conversation here. So of all the rappers in the world that are currently making the music, if you had to collab with anybody, who would you collab with?
Well, I'm not going to go with the obvious. So, I'm going to pick someone kind of different.
Okay, and who would that be?
Who would it be? I think Travis Scott and I could make a dope song.
Travis Scott, okay.
Yeah, that would be like the visuals and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great.
Shout out Travis Scott.
Shout out to Travis Scott. Travis Scott, if you are listening,
Yes.
this man is waiting for you to collab with him.
I will DM you. You got to respond.
That's actually the next thing you got to do is now on social media. Now he's got to get verified. That's the next big step.
Get that blue check.
Get that blue check mark, buddy, on all your socials, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your TikTok. I mean, actually, I found out.
Fans?
Oh, God, not OnlyFans. Oh, boy. Let's, you know what, guys? Let's shift the subject a little bit. Let's talk about OnlyFans.
Oh.
Well, Greg and I, we were talking about this about a couple months ago.
Yep.
We were talking about how people should start demonetizing OnlyFans. You know what? You can get monetized on YouTube just for, having the amount of subscribers you have or the content you make or how many hours you put into it. That's fine.
Yep.
But OnlyFans, no, I'm sorry. That is not a job to have when you don't want to get your ass out there and work. Like, what? I just don't understand why that needs to be a thing. Why does that need to be a job?
So what's
granted, why should girls and even guys spread their legs, show their parts, and make thousands of dollars, and yet us regular people have to work a 9 to 5, 8 to 5 job every day, and we don't make as much as they do? Like, why is that?
He's challenging. He's challenging his inner Bruce Wayne.
Yes. How do I answer this carefully and delicately? So, as we all know, OnlyFans is a platform, subscription-based, particularly geared for male audience.
Yep.
About 88% of the users are male.
Yep.
About 240 million users active. So, to answer your question, Nick, is it a thing?
Why is it so popular these days? You think back 10 years ago, no one was talking about.
It's free.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that is true. It is kind of free. I mean, I agree with you there, but no one.
Wait. Sorry, Nick.
That's okay.
Think about it. It literally it satiates any male's desire to be like, hey, my favorite celebrity has an OnlyFans now. That was never a possibility. Back then, you would have to just go on your favorite third page on certain sites.
Yeah. Yep.
And be like, I'm just gonna watch this person.
I think the website. Jesus. I think. Figure also another website too that was very popular these days. That was also popular years ago is Pornhub.
Oh, the P-Hub.
Oh, the P-Hub. That's the only website that I am familiar with. I'm not familiar with other ones like RedTube, XTube, or some shit like that. I'm not familiar with those websites. Quite frankly, I just... that's another website, too, that you should not... That should be demonetized, is Pornhub. Why should you... And I'm going to say this. Why should you get fucked just to make money?
I think this whole conversation, it really just comes back to goes to our basic need, a very primal desire.
Yep.
So it's people are aware of that, and they've created an industry that makes money, and they figured hey, I can make money off this, even though it's not morally or ethically correct. But there is nothing that us three in this room can really do about it, except for acknowledge that it exists, and either play along with it or just kind of do our thing, be sigmas.
That's true. But also, you figure, too, porn goes further back than that. Porn goes all the way back to the 80s. You used to buy VHS tapes at Blockbuster. Because just think, when you walk into a Blockbuster and you saw the section that said adult, that's where the real shit was.
Oh, they actually had an adult section?
They did. A lot of the video stores. If you go to the video store, they have, the stuff for documentaries. They have stuff for horror, comedies. And in the back corner, you saw the little cave that said adults only. It's like, oh, yep, that's what the porn is.
Oh, that's crazy.
That was the 80s and the 90s. And then once the internet started coming into play, that's when the internet porn started coming in. Oh, yeah. So you got Pornhub where you could get paid to get fucked. Mm-hmm. And then there's OnlyFans where you pay to fuck yourself.
Right on.
It is right on. I'm trying to take this seriously. God damn it. I went from interviewing you about rapping to now talking about...
No, but this is these conversations need to be addressed.
No, you are correct.
I think a lot of people are afraid to talk about these things because they're very they got a negative stigma. They're like, I don't want to be judged about like I'm going to be hated or whatever. Because no, like I think there's a large percentage of males who know like. Or like just overall, like I think society knows it's just kind of like weird.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
so also what that includes, why do you think they should get paid and made and also get laid?
Oh, paid, laid, and made.
You know, that's got a nice ring to it.
That does have a nice ring to it. You know what? That paid, laid, and made.
Yeah.
Who knew? That... Glenn, I think you've just come up with something, brother. Yeah. I think you could trademark that. I think you and Greg could trademark that.
Yep.
Being DJ and rapper and all that, you know. If you guys get them shirts made, you have your logo on the back. It says "Paid, Laid, and Made."
Well, what's the reverse of that? It's like broke, simp.
Broke, simp, and worthless. Broke, simp, and worthless. I don't know.
Anyway.
Oh God. This is great. I'm glad we're doing this shit. This is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, but like you said, you know, I'm not like I'm just kind of I'm like, okay, cool, like it's a thing, like these women are making like $4 million a month.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess like there's literally nothing, like the only thing we can do, gentlemen, is become like undeniable in our skills.
Yep.
Because then the world will see our value. And
right.
That's the only way we can, you know, like compete in this market, you know?
Exactly. Now, what is the key to building? Now, this is a question for both of you. What is the key to building an audience when it comes to either making YouTube videos or making music? Like, how do you grow an audience?
I'm just starting to learn that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you got to be really kind of, you know, like I realized like I was posting a bunch of content, right? Like with this certain demographic in mind, like audience, and I just kept posting. Eventually, like I think like there's like algorithms kind of at play.
Yep.
So like you could do like I was DMing people when I first started, right? I was like DMing people, I'd be like, hey, what's up? Blah, 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 and try to build like a deeper connection with people.
Right.
But over time, I realized that was taking a lot of time up. And like in things that I could be like leveraging,
right,
like content. So I was like, I'm just gonna start creating content to reach that number of people. Like, so if you reach 10 million people that like, you know, like Eminem or NF, then you have a better chance of like actually creating a fan base because they're watching your content. They see value. They see like you're a good singer, whatever. They instantly become a fan. If you like, because if you go on someone DM and they're like, check out my song, it's like. One, it's like, it's a link. That's the most unattractive thing. It's like, you just see a link and you're like, I'm not clicking that.
Right.
It could be like some scam thing.
Exactly. Yeah. You're right.
But no, like, you get what I mean? So like,
I get what you mean.
Like to build a genuine fan base, it's just, you know, making great content, making great music.
Yep. How about you, Glenn?
Yeah. Well, when I started making YouTube videos, at first, I got behind the camera and I thought, oh, no one's watching me, until I realized, oh, the school and everyone is now paying attention to what I'm creating. So I realized that if you want to gain an audience, you want to be creative, and also you don't want to steal anyone's other ideas. That means being original. And you don't want to copy no one.
Right.
So no one wants to be a copycat.
Yeah, you don't want that copyright content.
No, but at the same time, like what Greg said, to add on as well, consistency. That's all
consistency,
about, really.
Yep, that's exactly
and
it.
If you have good visuals, good music, that's it. Really.
Right. No, I get you. Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, it's hard too because like back in the day, when you used to make YouTube videos like 10, 12 years ago, you used whatever song you wanted. You didn't get like copyright strikes. You didn't. The most popular, I don't know if you knew this, but the most popular song used in YouTube that people made for YouTube videos was Dreamscape by 009 Sound System. That is the number one song used on YouTube back in the early 2010s.
Right.
Like, every video you watch, that's the one song that popped up every time. I wonder if you could still get away with that in 2025. Like, if you could use that song without getting a copyright strike. I'm going to have to try that one day. Make a video and I'll use that song.
Do it.
Exactly. But what people need to understand, too, is when you're starting off, they started doing something like they like to do. Like, for instance, a lot of these gaming YouTube channels, they started off with Let's Play videos, like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, iJustine. All them people started with Let's Plays, and look at them now. Same thing with Mr. Beast. Look at him. He's younger than me,
right.
And he's a freaking billionaire, for God's sakes. The guy's got just almost as much money as Elon Musk. What the fuck? He's got his restaurants, he's got his food, and what the hell, man?
Yep.
Now that's the kind of target I want to aim for. Try to aim for is be as rich as Mr. Beast.
It can happen.
I'll never get there, but it's a stretch.
No, Nick, you can get there. Here's the thing, Nick. So I was explaining to Glenn over here, like you should upload like these podcasts, like almost like Joe Rogan did on YouTube, and do talk about like controversial topics.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like even like if you and like you'll build an audience, bro, and then like eventually you could reach a point where like Spotify makes a deal with you for $100 million.
That would be great.
You know what I mean?
That would be sick. I would love to do that.
Paid, later made, but like I feel like you'd have to like start uploading like every week at least.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to start doing.
You can do it, Nick.
I want to do that this year, is upload more and more, because last year I really slacked. The last podcast I ever uploaded was late May of 2024. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, about what he did. We did actually, Greg. You didn't know. We did. I was in the Philippines. He was still able to podcast me through a different country.
Yes. Glenn was, we used the old Spotify for Podcasters recording, which is now Riverside, which is what we're using to record this podcast. So I hope this all goes well, and I hope this uploads okay later tonight. But Glenn was in the Philippines almost 2 years ago, and that's how I recorded with him, was via a link.
Yeah, and it still worked. He can still hear me. He was still asking me questions. He can still hear the people I was with. It's crazy. Like
it was crazy, yeah.
And at first we thought it didn't work. As long as you have a good connection, wherever you are.
There's only two people that I recorded with when they were out of the country. You were one of them, and the other one was your sister. That was great. Those are the ones the two favorites were your sister in the Philippines and you in the Philippines. Yeah, they were great episodes.
Shout out Glenn. Shout out his sister.
Yeah, exactly. Will I ever visit the Philippines? Probably never. That's too.
Never say never.
Well, never say never. Yeah, too long of a flight though. But I mean, I could try.
I mean, bro, you could do it.
I could do it. Yeah, you are correct. No, you are correct. No, that's true. Well, I think we're going to probably wrap this up soon because I am starting to get a little hungry. My stomach is growling. I have not had dinner yet. But on a final note, I would just like to say, it was a pleasure to have Greg, or a.k.a. Milos, on this podcast. Greg, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Nick.
I would love to have you back here in the future. Hopefully I will have a better studio instead of a laptop, microphone, a mixer, and all this shit. I hope to have a better setup. And then maybe
like I'm just saying, like this is like ground zero, man. Like this is where it starts, Nick.
Yep, exactly. This is where the start
it can only go up from here. Like this is gonna be like one of those stories you say when you like blow your podcast up,
right?
And you'd be like, I remember filming on the floor.
Yeah, on the floor of a guy's bedroom. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is like you should cherish this moment, man. If your podcast blows up in like 2 years or something like that.
Yep.
You can be like I remember that time when we just recorded
on the floor of my Glenn's bedroom.
Yeah.
That's true. That is
Glenn,
very
you want
true.
to say anything?
Yes. Me and him done a lot of podcasts. Yes, it was not only here and not only in this bedroom, but also currently studio is downstairs by just here to be
That is
more
true.
comfortable.
That is
and
true,
more,
man.
A little spacious. Even
Yeah.
though downstairs it could have been used too, but
That is true.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, before we leave here, I
Yep.
just want to, give one final note, especially to Mr. Greg and Mr. Glenn. If you have anything to say, if you guys want to promote your stuff, where can we find both of you?
You can find me, being serious, Instagram at It's Milos at ITS_MLLOS, and YouTube and Spotify. Yeah.
All right, now,
And
Glenn.
I'll be uploading my stuff.
Hell yeah.
We got a new song coming out January 10th.
All right, good for you.
Grotto.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yep. And then we got another one coming out later this month called Escape Velocity.
Oh, nice.
And then we're just working on a video actually. We're kind of getting all the ish together. Yeah.
And Glenn, where we can find you?
Also, adding we have a show that's coming up too. That be coming up.
Oh.
Shh. Keep that on the low.
Oh. No spoilers here, guys. No spoilers.
You hear nothing from this kid. DG Storm Thunder at Instagram. My YouTube channel, same thing. It's gonna, again, like what Craig's saying, I'm gonna be uploading like a lot of crazy stuff there. Because also, guys, I'm an upcoming actor, so you're gonna see a lot of crazy, cool stuff that you do not want to miss out.
Exactly.
on. And also check out this podcast.
I will also post the link in the description for Glenn's Linktree account, so you can find all of his accounts, which include his Facebook, his TikTok, his Instagram.
I'm everywhere.
And his YouTube.
Me. Just Google me.
Yeah, guys. So thank you both for being here. I appreciate you being my very special guests. If you guys enjoyed this podcast, please, leave it a like, please comment, and please follow me on YouTube, on Spotify, on Amazon Music, and all the other platforms. I will see you guys in the next episode.